Good morning. I think we are live. Okay. I'm going to jump on Instagram quickly just to direct people here if we need. So if you are joining us, hey, good morning, Ron. You can do what Ron Podio just did and just post a hello and a good morning. Today, for the most part, it's going to be, hey, Regina, Nusha, good morning. Hey, Sue, if you're joining me on Instagram, jump to YouTube. So the link is in my bio on Instagram. Just jump to there because that's where we're going to have our class and it'll be saved on YouTube. We're focusing on a little bit more on hips and twists today. Laura May just sent me a request. I don't know if it was this morning or yesterday to work on more back bends. So we'll do that on Thursday. I'm taking Tuesday off again to do another class for myself because I like to give to myself. Hi, Irene. Hi, Sue. So, and Marina, can you please jump to YouTube because I'm going to shut down Instagram. The YouTube link is in my bio. That's where I'm going live now. It's just easier to save onto a permanent site. So if people ever want to revisit a class or if they like the information they got in that one class, they can go back to YouTube. Hey, Donna. I'm doing this class on YouTube. I just check in. Yeah, there you are. Okay. Hey, Wanda. Wanda was our winner last time for the 15-minute consult. So we had a nice little chat yesterday. Sarush Mahmoodi is the winner for today. I don't even know if Sarush is joining us today, but we'll be on. He said he was having some issues with his knee, which is a good thing we're doing hips and twists today because we'll address that. I'm going to shut down Instagram. And we're going to go live. But if anyone does have questions, or if you have something you'd like to work on, you can even let me know now. Hi, Cecilia. How are you? Okay, delete that video. And now I need this phone for some music. If there's something you want to work on or play with. So Laura May had a good question or good point. She said, all this sitting is killing me. Wow, I can see my chair here. Let's get this chair out of the way. And that's legit because we do a lot of sitting. And so all that sitting, your hips are at this 90-degree angle all the time. So she's asking for more back bends. And hi, Sujin. Thanks for joining us. So, and I mentioned this before, I don't like to call it a back bend. I like to call it a front stretch because back bend, people think, oh, I have to bend in my back. Well, your back bends naturally. You do have natural curves, but if you accentuate those curves, if you deepen them, you make things worse. You compress them. And if anything, we want to do the opposite. So you're redistributing where you want the bend to go in a back bend, and it's deceptive. Because when you look at someone back bend, there's some people who can do deep back bends. And yes, they are taking some extra bend in their lower spine, but their body affords them that. Most normal people like myself can't do that. So we have to take a front stretch quite a bit more intelligently. We'll address that next class. Today we're addressing hips and twists. So the Bandha two-step still comes into play. It still comes into effect, especially with a twist. But we are going to look at protecting your knees specifically in hip openers because the knee is the weak link in the chain or the muscle chain of the leg. And I'm going to kind of start now. I love that you guys are saying good morning to each other. Good morning, Irene. Good morning, Lana. Lovely to see all you guys. Lana and Irene are sisters, just so you know. They're very, very sweet people. Okay, here's my leg. Here is my leg. There's my foot. There's my leg. We have three major joints here. So we have ankle, knee, hip. And they all function differently. The hip is a ball and socket. So here is the ball of the hip and then, or the socket of the hip. And then here is the femur bone. And it is shaped like that. So it can do quite a bit of revolutions like that. But because we have so many layers of muscle tissue here, it can get caught up. So it doesn't allow a lot of rotation. And that's normal. That's fine. I wouldn't panic or think you're doing something wrong. A lot of it depends on how much stress you've put in it over the years. So a lot of athletes like hockey players, soccer players, martial artists, sometimes will have very tight hips because of how much contraction or how much power they've assigned to it. The knee is a hinge. It just does this. That's it. It's a perfect hinge. What we don't want to do is when the knee is open, specifically, start to twist it like that. Jasmina, thanks for joining us. That can be very dangerous for your knee, and that's where you start to get knee pain. A lot of people unknowingly do this in a yoga pose or in yoga poses, and that's how they develop injuries. So we're going to look at that in this class today. And then we have the ankle, which it's deceptively important because you think, oh, it's just the ankle, who cares? The ankle kind of works like your wrist. The legs mimic the arms in their construction. So we have hip girdle, shoulder girdle, ball and socket, hinge. I know it doesn't look like that the elbow is a hinge, but it is a hinge. What's rotating is my shoulder. And then the wrist and ankle are a series of bones that allow for swiveling. There are no muscles in the ankle. The muscles are in the foot and in the calf and shin that can stabilize the ankle, which is a good thing. Often, when people are stretching, and I hate to put my foot right here. Yes, I actually do shave my foot. I just make sure it's nice and clean. Not the hair, it's, the dead skin. Here's my foot. A lot of people do this now when they're doing a forward bend and they're overstretching the ankle. You'll notice too, if you're to lean forward and catch your toes, the pinky sides of your toes start to come forward like that. But nobody stands like that. We stand like that. But when we do a forward bend, especially when we're sitting, we start to collapse the outer line of the leg. So that creates a few problems now. The first problem it creates is it overtaxes the ankle, it overstretches the ankle, which makes you more prone to spraining your ankle. When you're walking, it's just going to naturally collapse. So we want to look at stabilizing the ankle. And I'll remind you sometimes it won't be pleasant to stabilize the ankle, to get the foot, the ankle in a lateral flexion like that and not overstretch it. The other thing is when you're overstretching the ankle, and we do a lot of poses like this. This is essentially leg behind the head. When we're in a pose like this, if the ankle is overstretched, it starts to tax the lateral meniscus here, and you'll start to develop knee pain there. So once you're in here, you have to really work on that lateral flexion to make sure you're not overstretching the outer line of the leg, okay? So we're going to start off with a regular warm-up for the most part, and we're going to slow down or do some workshop stuff when we get to warriors and pigeons specifically, and other hip opening stuff. And then we'll add in the twisting dynamic where we engage our Bandha two-step, which I hope will be helpful. Okay, so let us come to the mat. Facial recognition, oh, isn't it wonderful? And we'll throw on some music. Okay. Hey, good morning, Rita. Good morning, Brett. And good morning, Maya. Okay, let us get started. Okay, I'm just going to bring my mat to a more reasonable position. Okay, take a deep breath. If anything, this practice is breathing. It's rhythmic and conscious breathing more than anything. So that's where your focus should be. It doesn't matter if your asana is super intense or if it's a bit more relaxed. Your breath rhythm is the most important thing. So as we come to the front, deep breaths. Lift your pelvic floor. Hold the belly in. Keep the breath up in the rib cage. Keep breathing. One more. Okay, and we'll begin. Sun salutations. Inhale. Bring your arms up. Gaze to your thumbs. Exhale and fold. Relax your lower back. Inhale. Lengthen your head up. Hold the belly in. Exhale. Push into your hands. Step or jump back. You can hold plank or lower down into chaturanga. Inhale. Upward dog. Strong legs. Heavy hips. Arms back. Rib cage forward. Exhale, lift your rib cage up and back, moving into downward dog. Hold here for 5. 1. Spread your fingers, spread the toes. Try to make the arms and legs straighter. 2, they don't have to come straight. You just have to find the action of straightening. That's more important. 3, try to reach your heels down, lengthen your big toes forward, and lengthen your index fingers forward. 4, and rotate the armpits in towards each other, bringing the shoulder blades away from your spine. 5, as you exhale, gaze forward. Inhale, bend your knees, step or hop forward, lengthen your head up, hold your belly in. Exhale and fold, relax your lower back, heavy rib cage. Inhale, push into your feet, come all the way up, reach away from strong. Inhale, arms up. Exhale and fold, relax your lower back. Inhale, lengthen your head up, hold the belly in. Exhale, push into your hands, step or jump back again. You can hold plank, maybe lower down into chaturanga. Inhale, upward dog, strong legs, heavy hips, arms back, rib cage forward. Exhale, lift your rib cage up and back, downward dog. Sound your breath, most important part. 1, long arms and legs right away, going right into your stretch, making them as straight as you can. 2, heels down, big toe. 3, pull the belly in, lift your pelvic floor. That's your Bandha 2-step. Hold that as you breathe in your rib cage. 4, 5, as you exhale, gaze forward. Inhale, bend your knees, step or hop forward, lengthen your head up, hold the belly in. Exhale, fold, relax your lower back, heavy ribs. Inhale, push into your feet, come all the way up, reach away from strong legs. Exhale, Samasthiti. Once more. Inhale, arms up, moving with breath. Exhale, fold, heavy rib cage, relax the lower back. It's fine to bend your knees. Inhale, lengthen your head up, more about breath than anything. Exhale, push into your hands, step or jump back again. You can hold plank, maybe lower chaturanga. Inhaling, upward dog, full breath. Exhale, lift your rib cage as you shift it back into downward dog. Breathe. 1, long arms, long legs, long spine, long breath. Keep thinking length in your body as much as you can. 2, heels down, big toes forward. Curl the tail to your chest, lifting your pelvic floor. 3, armpits rolling in. Index fingers lengthening forward, drop your head. 4, 5, as you exhale, gaze forward. Inhale, bend the knee, step or hop, lengthen head up. Exhale, fold, relax your lower back, heavy rib cage. Inhale, push into your feet, come all the way up, reach away from strong legs. Exhale, Samasthiti, Surya Namaskar B. Inhale, bend your knees, tail forward, arms up, contain your front. Exhale and fold, relax your lower back. Inhale, lengthen your head up, belly in. Exhale, push into your hands, step or jump back. You can hold here or lower down. Inhale, upward dog. Exhale, lead with your belly, downward dog. Turn your left foot into a 45-degree angle. Step your right foot forward, stay low. As you come up, hinge your pelvis, don't bend your low back. Inhale your arms up, hands higher, tail lower. Exhale, step left. Stay low. Hinge from your pelvis, don't bend from your lower back. Reach your hands higher, tail lower. Exhale, bring the hands down. Step back, lower chaturanga. Slow inhales, upward dog. It doesn't matter if you're off my count. Full exhales, downward dog. It matters that you take full breaths. Breathe. 1, slow the inhale, control the exhale. 2, make the arms and legs as long as you can, belly in, breath in your rib cage. 3, find your Bandha 2-step, belly in, lift your pelvic floor, rotate the armpits in. That's 4. 5, as you exhale, gaze forward. Inhale, bend the knees, step or hop forward, lengthen your head up. Exhale, fold, relax your lower back, heavy rib cage. Inhale, bend your knees, tail forward, contain your front as you reach your arms up. Exhale, Samasthiti. Once more. Inhale, bend your knees, arms up. Exhale and fold. Inhale, lengthen head up. Exhale, step or jump back, lower chaturanga. Inhaling upward dog. Exhale, lead with your belly, downward dog. Again, turn left, step right. Stay low, inhale up, bend your front knee, hands higher, tail lower. Exhale, hands down, step back, lower chaturanga. Inhale, full breath. Exhale. Inhaling upward dog. Exhale, lead with your belly, downward dog. Hold here. 1. Full breath. Slow down the inhale and control your exhale again. 2. And then keep longer arms and legs, longer spine, lifting your pelvic floor. 3. Find your bandha, 2-step belly in, lift your pelvic floor. Deeper breaths in your rib cage. 4. 5, as you exhale, gaze forward. Inhale, bend the knees, step or hop. Lengthen your head up, hold the belly in. Exhale and fold, relax your lower back. Inhale, bend your knees, tail forward, arms up. Exhale, Samasthiti, Padangusthasana. Separate your feet hip distance. Inhale, reach down and catch your big toes. Totally fine if you're bending your knees. Exhale and fold. This is more about lengthening your lower back. Hold there and breathe. 1. Lean your hips forward, press the feet down, then try to work the legs straighter. They don't have to come straight. It's about the action of straightening. 2. Imagine a string in the belly button lifting up. Let your rib cage be heavy, moving away from the string. It's okay to bring your hand to the rib cage to find that. 3. If you're grabbing the toes, bend your elbows, bring the shoulders away from the ears so we're not hunching. 4. Try to pull your toes off. 5. Inhale, lengthen your head up. Exhale, stay there and do nothing. Next, inhale, step in the palms to the soles of the feet. It's okay if you're bending your knees. Exhale and fold. Hold there. Breathe. 1. Hips forward, feet down. Straighter legs if you can. 2. String in the belly button lifting up. Have your rib cage lengthening down. 3. Bending elbows, shoulders moving away from your ears. 4. And 5. Inhale, lengthen your head up. Exhale, slowly work your way back up to standing. Samasthiti, Trikonasana. I'm just going to step my left foot back so I'm facing the camera. If you need to step your right foot back, no loss of karmic points. Inhale your arms up. Make sure your hips are parallel to the long side of your mat. Exhale, shift your hips to the left. Reach towards the right. Bring that right hand down the shin, the ankle, the foot. Left hand gets down your hip. Maybe lift your left arm up and breathe. 1. You still favor the inner edge of your front foot, working your front leg longer. It doesn't have to be straight. You just work it there. 2. Strong back leg. Find your bandha, 2-step. Belly in, lift your pelvic floor. Now lengthen towards the right. 3. Push your top hand forward like you're pushing into a wall. Twist your chest up. Lengthen and twist. 4. 5. Exhale, look down. Inhale, come up. Pivot the feet to the back of the mat. Exhale, shift your hips towards the right. Reach. Your right hand could stay on the hip or come up to the ceiling and breathe. 1. You still favor the inner edge of your front foot, working the front leg longer. 2. Hold your belly in, lift your pelvic floor, lengthen your chest towards the left. 3. Push your top hand forward, twist your chest up towards your top hand. Lengthen and twist. 4. 5. Exhale, look down. Inhale, come up, pivot the feet towards the front of the mat again. Right hand on your hip, left hand up. Exhale, pull your right hip back, lengthen your left hand forward, bringing it down on the inside edge. Maybe the outside edge of the foot. If you have a book or a block, go ahead. Use that to help you. You can keep the right hand on the hip or reach it up to the ceiling and breathe. 1. Try to square the hips. Pull your right hip back, curl your left hip forward. 2. Then lengthen your left rib cage forward, away from your hips. You'll twist deeper. 3, find your bandhas now. Pull that in. Belly in, lift your pelvic floor. Notice how it pulls the rib cage up. 4. And 5, exhale, let down. Inhale, come up. Pivot the feet to the back, left hand on the hip, right hand up. Exhale, really pull your left hip back and reach your right hand forward. Right hand can come down, inside edge, outside edge. Use a block, use a book, do whatever works. Then you start to twist. Maybe release your left hand up. 1. So again, try to set the hips by pulling your left hip back, curl the right hip forward. 2, find your bandhas. Belly in, lift your pelvic floor. Notice how the rib cage lifts up. You can twist deeper now. 3, pushing your top hand forward so you access the fascia chain of your core to twist up. 4. 5, exhale, look down. Inhale, coming all the way up. Turn the feet back to the front. Take a wider stance this time for Parshva. Right knee, and then bring your right hand down on the right knee, left arm above the left ear. Maybe bring your right hand down on the outside edge of the foot. I actually like to stay on my fingertips because it forces my legs to work. That's 1. Hold the belly in. Find your bandha 2-step to twist. 2, the pinky side of your left hand is chopping down. So as you chop down, push your head back, twist up. 3, resist the knee against the arm back against the knee to twist up. Take a deep inhale. 4. 5, exhale, let down. Inhale, come up, turn the feet towards the back. And exhale, bend your left knee. Left elbow on the knee, right arm above the right ear. Again, that's a pose. Maybe left hand down. Hold there. 1. Curl your back toes inwards and open up the knees towards the wall behind you so you're stretching across the front of the pelvis. Bandha 2-step. 2, pinky side of your right hand is chopping down. Now twist your chest up towards it. 3, resist the knee into the arm back into the knee to help you twist. 4. And 5, exhale, look down, and then inhale, come up. Turn the feet to the front and exhale, come down. Okay. So we want to focus on twists. And again, you notice when you twist how your rib cage, and you can watch for a second, the rib cage takes a dip. That's normal compensation when the body can't fully do it. So we have to access our alignment ideas. And really this is just a bandha 2-step. Belly in, lift your pelvic floor, try to pull in your rib cage towards the hips. And all of a sudden that dip that you had in the rib cage is coming up. Now you're able to twist deeper. You can slide your armpit down the knee more. Hold there and breathe. Bandha 2-step. Hold that front shape. You'll twist a touch deeper. You can stay here with the hands in prayer. Maybe straighten your back leg. Or 3, left shoulder blade down your back. 4. 5, exhale, look down. Okay, inhale, come up. Turn the feet to the back of the mat. And exhale, come down into the right. One side is always different than the other. That's very normal. You're not doing anything wrong. Right elbow across the left knee. And just be aware of that dip of the rib cage. Now pull your bandhas in. And as you do that, the rib cage pulls up, lengthen, twist, go deeper. Do that again. Pull your bandhas in, lengthen, twist, go deeper. And you can stay here in prayer. Maybe bring your right hand down and straighten your back leg. Maybe bring your left arm above the left ear. Hold. 1, right shoulder blade down the back. Find your bandhas again. 2, lengthen your rib cage. Maybe try to draw it across your left thigh more. 3, left hip back, right hip forward. Trying to find square with your hips. 4. And 5, exhale, look down. Well done. Inhale, come up. Curl your big toes inwards. Bring your hands in the hips. Inhale, chest up. Find your bandhas. Exhale and fold. Hands down between your feet. Inhale, lengthen your head up, holding your belly in. Exhale and fold. And if you want to bring the hands on your rib cage just to get some extra weight, to weight your rib cage down, hold there, or hands down here. That's 1. So again, lean your hips forward, press your feet down, work your legs straighter. It's okay if they're bent. I'm still your friend. 2, imagine that string on the belly button lifting up and you lengthen your rib cage down. It's heavy. 3, walk your hands back, bend your elbows, squeeze the arms in. So using the arm strength to bring you deeper. 4. 5, inhale, lengthen your head up. Walk the hands forward, start to walk your feet out to the side in the wide-legged splits. So it's okay if you're still here on the hands. Maybe come down to your elbows. Maybe come down to the chest. I won't hate you. I'm too spiritually advanced for that. You just breathe. 1. Now you will have to find your bandhas. Belly in, lift your pelvic floor. 2. And lengthen away from your hips. Head and chest reaching forward. 3. Shift your hips back as you lengthen your chin and chest forward. It comes deeper. Breathe. 4. And 5. Okay, bring your feet back to their original position. And exhale, fold. Catch the hands behind your back. Let them fold forward for C version. And if you can't drop your hands back, that's fine. Just grab onto your wrists behind. 2. Let your head and shoulders roll forward and heavy. 3. Breathe. 4. And 5. Slowly work your way back up and come back to the front. Samastitihi. We're actually going to skip Utthita Hasta Padangusthasana today. We're going to do a sun salutation into Utkatasana, and then we're going to twist from there. So from here, inhale, reach your arms up. Exhale and fold, relax your lower back. Inhale, lengthen your head up, hold the belly in. Exhale, push into your hands, step or jump back. You can hold plank or lower down into chaturanga. Inhaling upward dog, full breath. Exhale, lead with your belly, downward dog. Gaze forward, bend the knees, inhale, bring both feet forward. Keep your knees bent, inhale the arms up, Utkatasana for 5, then we're going to twist on either side for 5. That's 1. Contain your front line, lift your pelvic floor, hold your belly and contain your ribs. 2, then shift more weight to your heels, bend your knees more. 3, don't think of getting your hands up, roll the armpits forward, chop your arms forward, and notice how you can hold your front more. 4. 5, exhale, we're going to bring the right elbow across the left knee. And you can stay here in prayer. That's a great pose. Maybe you can start to pull your bandhas in. So again, step 1, step 2, contain the front. Notice how the rib cage lifts, then slide. Bring your arm. 2, contain your bandhas, contain your rib cage. 3, lengthen forward. Don't curl, lengthen forward. And 5, inhale, coming up for 1 breath. Exhale, left elbow across the right knee, and same thing. The rib cage wants to drop. So pull in your bandha. Step 1, step 2, twist, slide your armpit down. Breathe. Do that again. Step 1, step 2, pull it in. Lengthen, twist, slide down more. And you can hold prayer or bring your left hand down, right hand up. 1, breathe. 2, if you hear some children screaming upstairs, you've just reached a higher state of consciousness. That's all. 3, left shoulder blade down the back, reach your chest forward more. 4. And 5, inhale, work your way back up. And exhale, fold. Inhale, lengthen your head up. Exhale, push into your hands, step or jump back, lower down, chaturanga. We're going to do warriors and take our time there. Inhaling, upward dog. Exhale, lead with your belly, downward dog. Turn left, step right, don't come up. Bend your front knee more. Bring your hands on the pelvis and contain your front line so you're not doing a back bend. Tilt the pelvis. Use the hands to tilt your pelvis. Now, find that bandha 2, step 1 and 2. And it's okay if you're further forward because you want to get a deeper stretch here in the front of your left hip flexor. Keep your front knee bent. Keep tilting your pelvis. Use your hands to help you do that. It's going to come much deeper. Now draw your right hip back and left hip forward. Your hips don't have to be square. You want to find the action of squaring. Initially, it might feel like you're squeezing the legs into center line, but really it's like a vortex. So you're getting this circular motion of the legs over and over. Find your bandhas. Inhale, reach your hands higher, hold there. 1. Step 1, step 2 with your bandhas, contain your rib cage. 2, reach your hands higher and tail lower, but keep lifting up that pelvic floor. 3, right hip back, left hip forward. Chop your arms forward. 4, so as you chop, rib cage back, tail forward. And 5, straighten your right leg, turn the feet towards the back. And again, bend your left knee. Now, as you bend, bring the hands on the pelvis and tilt your pelvis up. So it's like you're standing straight up. Then you bend the front knee more, you get a deeper stretch in the right side. And if you square the hips to the back, it comes deeper still. Keep the pelvis tilting up. You can stay here. Maybe bring your hands up. It doesn't matter. I'm still your friend, okay? Breathe. 1, Left hip back, right hip forward, finding a squaring action. 2, Bandha two-step, belly in, lift your pelvic floor, contain the rib cage. 3, if your arms are up, chop them forward, bring your rib cage back and tail forward more. 4 and 5. Inhale, open up your palms. Warrior 2 position. Hold. 1, don't let the weight fall to the bent leg. Pull the weight back towards your back leg. 2, step 1, belly in. Step 2, lift your pelvic floor. Hold that, bend your front knee again. 3, if you want to find your shoulder blades, turn the palms up. Hold the shoulder blades in place. Now turn your palms down. 4 and 5. Inhale, straighten your left leg. Pivot the feet to the front. Exhale, bend your right knee. And again, don't fall forward to the bent leg. Pull the weight back. Hold. 1, opening up the knees towards the wall behind you, stretching across the front of the pelvis. 2, Bandha, step 1, step 2. Contain that core, grow tall. 3, turn the palms up to face the ceiling. Shoulder blades down the back. Keep the shoulders there. Now bring your palms back down. 4 and 5. Exhale, bring your hands down. And then bring your right foot back, lower chaturanga. Inhale, upward dog. We're going to come into pigeons now to work on our hips. Exhale, downward dog. Inhale, bring the right knee towards your right hand. Come to rest all the way onto your right side. And it doesn't matter where your right foot is. It's okay if it's close to you. It doesn't matter if it's further forward. But we talked about the ankle before. You have to flex the ankle on the lateral side, on the outside edge. So your ankle isn't doing this. It's doing this. Try to keep the integrity of the ankle as you keep your right hip down. Then rotate your left hip forward towards the right knee. And it's like you're drawing your right hip back and left hip forward, just like we did in Warriors. It's okay if your back leg is bent. That's fine. Maybe you can straighten it. Maybe you can curl the back toes under, lift up your back knee. It comes more intense now. Keep the integrity of this right foot. If you want, you can even bring the right hand on the foot just to ensure that it's flexing. We're workshopping here right now. And you can bring your left hand on the left thigh, curl the leg in towards your right hip. So the hips, the legs are rotating in towards each other this way. And you want to favor the belly button and the rib cage towards your right thigh. So the entire left side of the body is rotating towards the right. That's going to deepen the stretch of the external rotators on your right side. And hold there. Now we'll start our count. 1, keep the flex in your right foot. Be aware of that ankle so you're not going to tax the knee. 2, and keep favoring the left side of the body in towards the right thigh. Your belly button turns in towards the right thigh. 3, 4, and 5. Okay, and now coming up, we're going to swing that left leg around and bring the left foot on top of the right knee. And it's okay, again, if this right foot is closer to you, that's fine. You keep it there, if your hips are tighter especially. If your left foot comes on top of the right knee and your knee is high, just stay here with the hands behind you and shift your chest forward. So that's the action you're playing with to kind of massage out your external rotators. Maybe you can bring the right arm across your left knee and start to press your chest down. But at no time are you going to sacrifice the integrity of the ankle because you have to protect the knees. That's the link in the fascia chain you have to be aware of. Maybe come all the way down. Maybe press your rib cage down. Hold there. 1, be aware of the flexion of your ankles. Make sure they're strong and they're intact, protecting your body. 2, try to keep your hips down on the floor. Now lengthen your rib cage forward. 3, find your Bandha two-step. Belly in, lift your pelvic floor. Now lengthen, keep flexing your ankles. 4, it comes deeper this way. And 5, inhale, slowly work your way back up and bring your left foot in front. Swing your right leg around to the back. Now, one side's always different than the other. And that's perfectly normal. It's like being right or left-handed. So don't think there's something wrong with you. You're not. No one is born perfectly symmetrical. That's just ridiculous. So the left foot can stay close to you, further ahead. You could fold forward. Your right leg can be bent, or you can straighten it and come onto the top of the foot. And that's already intense work, but I'm going to be really aware now of that left foot. Really flex the left foot. You want to push the outer edge of the foot, chop it down into the floor. And you'll notice even around your knee, it should feel more secure when you do that. Maybe you curl the back toes inwards and lift up your back knee. And then if you want, you can use your right hand to favor the right leg in towards your left hip. Maybe encourage the right rib cage or belly button towards your left thigh. Hold there or fold forward more. 1. Find your bandha two-step. Belly and lift your pelvic floor. You need that. 2. Keep a strong back leg as you hold in your bandhas and favor the right ribs towards your left knee. 3. Keep the flexion of your left foot. Protecting your ankle, protecting your leg. 4. And 5. Inhale, work your way up. Swing your right leg around and bring the right foot on top of your left knee. So you can stay there and keep the hands behind you. Just shift your chest forward. Or maybe you hug the left arm around the front of your left knee and start to encourage that knee down. But I'm not compromising my ankles. I'm going to hold that there to protect my knees. Maybe come all the way down. Wherever you go, it doesn't matter how deep you go, I'm still your friend, and breathe. 1, and you allow one side to be different than the other. Just notice it and breathe. Accept it and breathe. 2, find your bandhas. Belly in, lift your pelvic floor. Heavy hips, then lengthen. 3, flexing your ankles. You're aware of them, and you're chopping the outer edges of the feet into the floor. You should feel the stretch come on the outer line of the leg more when you do that. 4. And 5. Inhale, work your way back up. And if you want, you can take a vinyasa. Push into your hands, step or jump back, lower down. Chaturanga. Inhaling upward dog and take your time. Exhale, lead with your belly, downward dog. Gaze forward, bend the knees, inhale, coming forward. Now again, notice your feet, because it's normal to do this. To stretch out the outer line of the leg, you have to pull the pinky toe side back and push your big toes forward to achieve something that's more flat-ish. Keep the legs nice and strong. Find your bandha two-step. Belly and lift your pelvic floor, hands down and hold. Dandasana, staff pose. 1, grow tall away from the strength of your legs. 2, strong legs, bandhas intact. Lengthen up, shoulder blades down your back. 3, be aware of the shape of your ankle. So you want to strengthen the feet and strengthen the shins so the ankles are secure. 4. And 5. Inhale. Reach your arms up away from your hips. And exhale, lengthen forward. Don't drop, lengthen. Don't drop, lengthen. Don't drop, lengthen. And then fold. Hold there. Totally fine if you're bending your knees. 1. If you're bending your knees, you still want to pull your baby toes back. Push your big toes forward. 2. Then lengthen your heels forward. And you stop at your tension point and breathe. Keep thinking length. 3, wherever you are, bend the elbows, pull your shoulders back, and reach your chest forward. 4. And 5, inhale your head up. Exhale, release the hands behind you. For Purvottanasana, roll your shoulders, lift your chest up. Inhale, push your heels down, lift your hips up, drop your head back. 1, shift more weight to the feet, hips higher. 2, find your bandha two-step, belly in, lift your pelvic floor. 3, shoulders forward, chest up. 4. And 5, and lower down. And you can take a break here or vinyasa. Inhale, pick up. Exhale, step or jump back and lower. Full inhales every time. It doesn't matter if you're off my count. Full exhales, downward dog. Gaze forward, bend the knees, come forward to a seated position. And if you have a book or a dictionary, bring it in. We're going to start with Baddha Konasana. So feet are together, knees out to the side, pull your knees in. And if your knees are lifting, or pull your feet in. If your knees are lifting, that's normal. That just means the adductor is tight, and you can massage the adductor with your elbow. Think of lengthening the knees out to the side. Don't worry about folding forward. So here the outer ankle is going to be stretching a bit, and that's okay. But you want to press the outer edges of your feet together so that you do get a slight contraction now on the underside of your ankle. And then you lengthen your knees out to the side. As the knees come down, you can strengthen the flexion of the outer side of the ankle. Maybe lean forward. That's not necessary though. You work towards and breathe. Hold. 1, lengthen your knees out to the side. So we're stretching the adductor. 2, belly and lift your pelvic floor. Bandha step 1 and 2. 3, you can still massage your elbows down into your thighs. Don't drop your head. Lengthen your head forward. 4. 5, inhale, come up. Now just for fun, bring in your block or your book I'm going to place it underneath your feet. Place your feet on top. Place the hands behind you and rock your chest forward, lengthen your knees out to the side. Hold there. 1, lengthen your knees out to the side. Keep flexing your feet. 2, tuck your tail towards the feet. Lift your pelvic floor. Bandha two-step. 3, now breathe up in your rib cage. 4. And 5. Okay, and release. We're going to lose the book or the block, and then we'll separate the legs 90 degrees. So here we're getting a bit of a stretch here on the inner thigh. You want to be careful here because this is where injuries tend to happen. Watch your feet. Make sure you're not length or you're overstretching the ankle, so you pull the baby toes back. Ground your legs, lift your pelvic floor. So you want to find the foundational work first, then lengthen away from that. But if you start to lose alignment, just pull back a bit because you don't want to move into injury territory. There's no purpose in collapsing so you can go deeper. That's just an illusion. So you can hold here if you want. You can just stay here with the hands behind you and rock your chest forward. You can catch your feet and fold. You do what works for you. Breathe. Find your tension point and breathe. That's 1. Belly in, lift your pelvic floor. Your body two-step always. 2, pull your baby toe side back. Push your big toe side forward. 3, don't drop your head. Lengthen your head forward. Lengthen your chest forward. 4. And 5. Inhale, work your way back up. Exhale, stay there, do nothing. Next inhale, lean way back. Lift up your hands. Maybe lift up your legs, catch your feet. It's okay if your legs are bent. Hold. It's okay if only one foot's lifting. That's fine. That's 2. If your knees are bent, lead the heels up. Maybe point your feet. 3, find your bandhas. Belly in, lift your pelvic floor to lengthen away from your hips. Drop your head back. 4. And 5. Okay, and cross your shins. And you can take a break there. Or vinyasa. Inhale, pick up. Otherwise, you're breathing with me. Exhale, step or jump back and lower. Full inhales, upward dog. And full exhales, downward dog. Gaze forward, bend the knees, coming forward to a seated position. So this is external rotation of the leg. We already did that with our Baddha Konasana. Keep your left leg straight, lift up your right leg, and watch that ankle. When you flex the outer edge of the ankle, it becomes tighter, and that's okay. Roll your right hip forward towards your left hip more. It's going to be easier to lift your leg, and it's okay if you stay here or here. Maybe wrap the arms around the front of the shin. Now grow tall. So it's easier if your leg is bent more. It's more challenging if you lift the foot. That's 1. Strong left leg, grow tall. Lateral flexion of your right foot. 2, keep rolling your right hip forward towards your left foot so the pelvic bone is moving away from the sacrum, stretching your hip rotators. 3, grow tall, try to pull the knee and the shin towards your chest more. 4, imagine this leg behind your head. That's where it's going to go. That's the direction. And 5, okay, we'll just release that and just switch sides. Right leg straight, left leg back. Lift up the ankle, and again, you want to find that lateral flexion. So we're not overstretching the ankle, we're protecting the outer line. Roll the left hip forward towards your right foot, and you could stay here with the hands underneath the ankle just to protect it. That's fine. Hands underneath the shin or around the front. Grow tall, breathe. 1, strong right leg, grow tall against the energy of that leg. 2, so you want to chop the outer edge of the foot into the right arm. This whole left side of the leg is active. 3, then bring the foot higher, pull the shin towards your chest, grow tall. 4, imagine this leg behind your head. And 5, and release. If you want to shake it out, go ahead. Otherwise, take a break. Or vinyasa. Inhale, pick up. Exhale, step or jump back and lower. Full inhales, upward dog. We're going to come onto our shins. Full exhales, downward dog. Gaze forward, bend the knees, coming forward into a virasana. So this is internal rotation of the thigh. External rotation of the thigh is when the knee moves away from center line. Internal rotation is when the knee is rotating in towards center line. So this is with one leg back. We're going to do both legs back. And if you find this uncomfortable, then you want to sit on a block or a book, and that's totally fine. I've had knee injuries before where I've had to do that. Who cares? You just do it to keep your body safe. You're not doing yoga to hurt your body. You're doing it to help your body. So When you're in your position, whether or not you're on a block, doesn't matter. You want to try to find the baby toe side of the foot down. So again, so you're not collapsing your ankle, that's number one, and you're not collapsing the knee or compromising your knee joint. As you push the feet down, find your bandha two-step, and the post comes deeper still. You can stay here with the hands beside you. Classical version. 1, press your feet down, find the baby toes down, push the knees forward into your hands. 2, draw your tail forward, lift your pelvic floor, hold the belly in, and grow tall. 3, 4, and 5. Okay, so bring the hands behind you. So the same actions of the feet. Find the baby toes down, hands behind you, lift your pelvis up. So now we're stretching the front of the body. And you can stay here. Maybe come down into the elbows. See if you can grab onto your feet or your heels. Then lift your hips up, drop your head back. 1, push your feet down, lengthen your knees forward. 2, and then draw your tail up. The higher the tail, the deeper the stretch. 3, keep finding the baby toe side of the foot down. Toes push down, hips pull up. 4, and 5, and lower down. Well done. Inhale, come up. We'll just take a child's pose just to counter that. Stretch the front and back of the spine. And that's 1. Head and shoulders are rolling forward and heavy. 2, and draw the tail down towards your feet. You get a deeper stretch in your lower back this way. 3, still finding your bandha two-step. Belly in, lift your pelvic floor. Breathe in the back side of the rib cage. 4. And 5. Inhale, come up. Just step your hands forward, step your feet back, and lower down. Full inhales every time, upward dog. Full exhales every time, downward dog. Gaze forward, bend the knees. We're gonna come into a seated position. Let's have some fun here now. Not that we're gonna do Marichasana D, we're not gonna do that. But we're gonna employ a twist now with a hip opener. So we know this pose that we did before. And sometimes we do this in a standing position. We're going to bring the right foot on top of the left knee. Bring your left leg back. We're going to start here, just for fun. Flex that right foot. You want to protect the ankle and roll the right hip forward towards your left foot. Hold here. And that's 1. Push into your hands, grow tall. Hold in your bandhas. 2, so belly in, lift your pelvic floor. Now shift your rib cage forward. 3, keep rolling your right hip forward so you're stretching the pelvic bone away from the sacrum. 4, and 5. Now we're going to add a twist. So bring your left hand back. The right hand's going to come around your left shin. Maybe bring the elbow across the foot. Hold here. 1, holding your bandhas. Go tall and then twist. 2, as you lift your rib cage up and twist, slide the armpit towards your foot mark. 3, it's a modified Marichasana D. 4, and 5. Okay, we'll release that. And we'll switch sides. So, left foot on top of the right knee. Bend your right leg. And when you bend the right leg, you want the outer line of your right foot to line up with your hip. You don't want the foot towards the left hip. You want it on the outer edge of the right hip. Now grow tall. Hold there. Find your ankle. Protect your ankle. 1, grow tall. Shift your chest forward more. 2, find your bandhas. Lift your pelvic floor. Hold your belly in. Shift your chest forward. 3, still rotating your left hip forward towards the right foot so the pelvic bone moves away from the sacrum. 4, and 5. Okay, bring your right hand back more. Swing the left arm around to hug your right leg. Maybe elbow across the foot. My shoulder might let me get that far. Okay, that's good. 1, so bandha two-step. Belly in, lift, then twist. 2, slide your armpit towards the foot as you twist a bit more. 3, grow tall. Lengthen your rib cage and then slide your ribs across your right thigh more. 4, resist your left arm back to help you twist. And 5, okay, and gently release. And you can take a break there or vinyasa. Inhale, pick up. Exhale, step or jump back and lower. Full inhales every time. It doesn't matter if you're off my count. Full exhales every time. It matters that you're taking full breaths. Gaze forward, bend the knees, coming forward. And we'll do Navasana just before we start our closing sequence. Lean the weight back, grab onto your legs, lift up your knees, and you can stay here Maybe release your hands. That's 1. Try to keep the knees where they are. Maybe work your legs straight. 2. Button up 2-step belly and lift your pelvic floor. Stay tall. 3. Chop your arms down, lift up your chest. 4. And 5. Cross your shins. Inhale, just lift. That's 1. Chop your arms down, chest up. 2. Button up 2-step belly and lift your pelvic floor. 3. If you really want to have fun, lift up your hands. That makes it so interesting. 4. And 5. Cross your shins. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. Once more. Inhale, lift up. 1. 2. Find your bandhas belly and lift your pelvic floor. 3. Everything else is just evaporating up. It's light. 4. And 5. Cross your shins. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. And you can take a break there or vinyasa. Inhale, pick up. Exhale, step or jump back and lower. Full inhales every time. It doesn't matter if you're off my count. I don't care. Full exhales, downward dog. You have to be aware of your breath. Gaze forward, bend the knees, coming forward and lie down to your backs, preparing for back bends. And we'll work more on this next class. So, bend your knees, line down your backs. If you can grab the ankles, that's favorable, it's preferable. If not, it's okay if your hands are just behind the heels. If you had a block between your thighs, you would roll it towards the feet. And as you lift your hips up, that block would roll down to the floor. You could stay here or grab onto the ankles or tuck the elbows underneath you and release your fingers, hold there. 1. From here, push the feet forward into the hands. 2. Resist your arms back. Chop the arms down, lift your rib cage up. 3. Find your bandha 2-step belly and lifting your pelvic floor. Extend the rib cage. 4. And 5, and lower down. 2 more. Inhale, lift your hips up and hold. 1. If you want to take Urdhva Dhanurasana, go ahead. 2. You're still rolling that imaginary block down with the thighs. 3. Grabbing onto your feet, trying to make your legs straighter. 4. And 5, and lowering down. Last one. Inhale, lift up. That's 1. Try to straighten your legs more. 2. Favor the inner edges of your feet as you try to rotate that block down. 3. Reaching your chest to the wall behind you, but keep your bandhas in. 4. Belly in, lift your pelvic floor, then extend the rib cage. And 5, and lowering down. Very well done. If you want, hug the legs and rock to side, just massaging your paraspinal muscles. Or you can make little circles on your lower back. Just do what's comfortable to release your lower back. It doesn't matter if you're off my count. Okay, and rock up to a seated position. And we'll take a forward bend. I like to hug the legs personally over here. My back tends to get sensitive after back bends. But if you're not that sensitive, just go right into your forward bend. Watch your ankles. Notice if you're doing that with your baby toes. Pull the baby toes back. Hold. 1. We're here for 10 breaths, so don't go intense. 2. Let gravity make your body heavy. Let the breath make your body heavy. 3. Still keeping your bandhas engaged. Lift your pelvic floor. Hold the belly in. 4. You don't have to go deeper. You have to breathe deeper. 5. So keep your bandhas in. Expand the rib cage more. 6. Do that again. Expand your rib cage more. 7. 8. 9. And 10. Okay, work your way back up and lie down on your backs, preparing for shoulder stand. And if you're not taking shoulder stand today, that's fine. Just lie down on your backs and lift up your legs. You just want to drain some blood out of your legs towards your heart, just to help you calm down. So you can be here. That's totally fine. Otherwise, go ahead, lift your legs up, hands on your hips, or hands on your lower back, point your feet up and hold. 1, try to bring the hands lower on your back. It comes deeper. 2, and try to bring the elbows closer together behind your back. Now find your bandhas. 3, belly in,
Pelvic floor towards the rib cage, but point the feet up. 4. Sound the breath through your throat, so you squish out your lymph nodes. 5. 6. 7. And 8. Bring the legs down behind the head. For Halasana, your feet don't have to come down. You can keep the hands on your hips. Otherwise, maybe interlace the fingers, bring the hands down, bring your feet down. Hold. 1. Find your bandhas. 2. Lengthen the rib cage away from the hips. Breathe deeper. 3. Gaze towards the wall behind you. It'll help you open up the trachea. 4. 5. 6. We're going to skip Karnapidasana. 7. We're going to go into upside down lotus. And 8. Lift your legs back up for one breath. And if you can, maybe you cross your shins. Maybe hands on your knees and straighten your arms. Or if you could take lotus, go ahead. Then you bring the hands on the knees, or you work them there. It's okay if your hands stay here. You work them here. Maybe straighten your arms. That's 1. 2. 3. 4. 5. 6. 7. And 8. We're actually going to skip this pose, but just hug the legs in for a second towards your chest. And then bring your hands down. And then lower your legs down, preparing for Matsyasana. If you're in lotus pose, keep your lotus. Otherwise, straighten your legs, bring your feet down, hands underneath your hips, lift the chest up, tuck the elbows underneath you, then drop your head back. If you're in lotus, grab onto your feet. Hold here. 1. So wherever you are, try to press your legs down, arch your back more. 2. If you're in lotus, flex the feet against the hands. Lengthen your knees forward and down. 3. Shoulder blades down the back. Keep your bandhas engaged. Breathe. 4. Belly and lift your pelvic floor. Now lengthen your spine. 5. 6. 7. And 8. Okay, release your feet, release the hands. Bring the arms and legs up into a 45-degree angle for Uttanapata Tadasana. Hold there. 1. It's light. Everything is evaporating up. 2. Draw the shoulders back. Lift your chest up. 3. Find your bandhas. Belly and lifting your pelvic floor. 4. 5. 6. 7. And 8. Okay, feet down, elbows down. Roll your head out safely. Maybe fix your hair. And then hug your legs in, rock up to a seated position. You can take a break there, or vinyasa. Inhale, pick up. Exhale, step or jump back and lower to chaturanga. Full inhales every time. Full exhales every time. And then gaze forward, coming down to all fours, preparing for headstand. If you're new to practicing and you don't normally do headstand, don't do one. Just watch. I'll start with a demonstration of prep, and you just take prep. You have to give your body time to get used to being upside down. The eyes, ears, and brain all communicate with each other to try to figure out what's normal. And for some people, it can take them 2 to 3 months to get up into headstand. Some people it takes 2 to 3 years. It doesn't matter because your brain needs the time to adjust. So be patient with it. Don't jump up. Don't kick up. So I'm losing the glasses here. Prep pose is this. Interlace your fingers. Squeeze your elbows in so the arms are parallel to each other. Then bring your head down. Curl the back toes under. Straighten your legs. And you just hold here. This is prep the whole time. If you want to work deeper, you walk your feet in towards the elbows. And then for everyone else, whenever you're ready, go ahead, lift up. If you're not there already, hold there and breathe. 1, keep the weight in your forearms. 2, forearms down, rib cage in. 3, find your bandhas, belly in, lift the pelvic floor towards rib cage. 4, then lengthen your feet away from your hips. 5, make sure you're protecting the ankles, you're not stretching them. 6, forearms down, rib cage in, feet up. 7, relax your face, relax your breath. 8, 9, and 10, lowering your legs down into pike for 5 breaths. Hold here. 1, strong legs. 2, super strong thighs, belly in. 3, find your bandhas. 4, and 5. Inhale, work your way back up for 1 breath. And then exhale, slowly bring your legs all the way back down. I like to roll up the head, bring the hands down, stretch up the back of the neck. And then come and take a child's pose. Hands down beside you at the back, let your shoulders roll forward. So you want this whole upper back to relax. There's no count in Balasana. Stay there. Let your head and shoulders roll forward and heavy. Draw the tail down towards your feet. And then every time you inhale, open up the backside of the rib cage like it's a sail. When you exhale, let that sail soften down on your spine. And slowly work your way back up. If you want to take a vinyasa, go ahead. Just step your hands forward, step your feet back, lower down, chaturanga. Full inhales, upward dog. Doesn't matter if you're off my count. Full exhales, downward dog. It matters that you're taking full breaths. Gaze forward, bend the knees coming forward. And if you can take a full lotus, go ahead. Otherwise, just be in a comfortable cross-legged position. Kips the elbows behind your back and fold forward. Hold there. That's 1. You still want to keep your bandhas. Belly and lift your pelvic floor. 2, deepen the breath in the backside of the rib cage. That's the open space. 3, head and shoulders rolling forward and heavy. So you're still counterposing headstand. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Slowly work your way back up. Take Chin Mudra. Index fingers to the thumbs, backs to the hands, the fronts to the knees for Padmasana, lotus pose. Breathe. 1, press your legs down to the floor. Find your bandha 2-step. Go tall, away from the foundation of your legs. 2, straighten your arms. Bring the shoulder blades down the back. Lift them up into your chest, opening up the upper lungs. 3, just observe your breath. Watch it happen as you hold your bandhas in. 4, keeping your bandhas when you inhale, watch the energy travel up the spine. As you exhale, watch the energy come back down to your bandhas. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 9. And 10. Lift the gaze, release the mudra, preparing for Plithihi. Plithihi is a lift, so if you want to bring in books to give yourself some extra height, that's totally fine. Bring the knees up towards your chest. It's easier in lotus. Lean your weight forward. Inhale, lift up. It's okay if your feet are down. 1, bring your knees up. 2, push the floor away like it's hot. 3, shorten the waist, lift up your hips. 4, button up 2-step. 1 and 2, lift up. 5, knees up. 6, thighs to stomach, lift your hips up. 7, relax your face, it doesn't need to work. 8, lift your hips up, knees up. 9, and 10, and lowering down. Well done. And then slowly release your pose, step your feet back, step your hands forward, lower down into chaturanga. Full inhales, upward dog. And it doesn't matter if you're off my count, you can even take a few extra breaths in upward dog, resolving whatever you need to in the front of the body. And then exhale, downward dog. And again, if you want to hold it, go ahead. Release anything you need to on the back side of the body. Then gaze forward, bend your knees, come forward to a seated position. And lie down on your backs. Preparing for rest. So if you want, you can take a book underneath your head, just so you can elongate the back of your neck and just minimizing that lordotic curve. If you want, take cactus with your arms while you're on your back. Roll the shoulder blades down the back, then straighten your arms, then lower your hips down. You want to feel like you're relaxing in some very buoyant water, as if you're in the Dead Sea. Let your body relax 100%. So your body should feel like a stone that's been plunged into the middle of a pond. Every time you exhale, your body sinks deeper into that pond, moving deeper and deeper into a state of relaxation. This song is about 2.5 minutes. Let your body rest the entire time. And bringing the awareness back to your breath. Start taking deeper breaths. Bringing the awareness back into your body. Start moving fingers and toes. Rotate wrists and ankles. On an inhale, come into a big stretch through the arms, legs, fingers, toes, reach. And exhale, just let it go. Bending your knees, rolling onto your right side. Use the right arm like a pillow. Put the left hand on the floor in front of your chest. Stay there. And then whenever you're ready, push into your left hand. Come up to a comfortable seated position. And we'll close the class. Namaste. Thank you for all those who are showing up live. I appreciate your company and your support. It does mean a lot. It does make the class a bit easier for me as well. And if you're not joining live, that's okay. I hope you enjoy it on a replay and that it still serves you and is of some benefit to you. Just so that you guys know, I'm working on a few mini workshops that are about 10 to 15 minutes long. They're also going to go up on the YouTube channel shortly. If you have any requests, please let me know. Let me know of anything that's bothering you want to work on, like your shoulders, your hips, your core, how to do a particular pose, or something feels a bit off, and hey, can you help break that down? That gives me information that I can use to construct a new mini workshop video for whoever needs it. So I appreciate that. Thank you guys for showing up. If I don't think Sarush is on today because he was having knee issues, but he's our winner today. We're going to be slowing down the winners to one a month now because we're catching up pretty quick. The winner is people who are sharing any of my Instagram posts and tagging friends so that we start to get a bit more attention towards this YouTube channel. Thank you so much, guys. I appreciate you coming. And if there's anything else I can help you with, please feel free to ask or send me a message. And you all know that I'm very open and willing to help anyone. It's kind of fun. It makes me feel like I'm useful. So I hope everyone is staying well in quarantine. Stay safe. I miss you all, and I'm looking forward to seeing you in person soon enough. But until then, I'll keep doing my best to support people and just give you something fun and positive to do on this stream. So next class is Thursday. I'm taking Tuesday off again as my kids throw stuff upstairs. And yeah, I'll see you Thursday. Peace and blessings to everyone. Bye-bye.